11:16 on this Friday Eve. That's what we like to call it.
That's what we like to call it, yes.
Jason Michael in the house tonight for Betsy. How are you, sir?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, feeling fine, fresh off my weekend here.
Yeah.
And this forecast that Peyton, Matt, and I were talking about earlier could be quite interesting.
Oh, geez, buckle up,
depending on where you are and what you're wanting. The good news is it's happening over a holiday weekend where most people will not be out on the roadways. They can enjoy the snowfall from at home, but it could be a monster of a system depending on where you are in the country. And of course, we'll get to that. But here's what it looks like over the next 12 hours. Our meteogram is showing a few rain and even snow showers throughout the overnight hours as temperatures settle into the 30s. My friends, we had an area of low pressure move through later this evening along with a cold front. So we tipped the scale at about 46 degrees for the high temperature today, well above average. But with the sunshine that we had, Laura Case and I went for a walk today. It was absolutely beautiful. It brought a smile to my face. But this is what we're watching. It's back over towards the northern plains at this hour, the western side of the Great Lakes states. You're watching some dense fog, high wind warnings, winter storm warnings, and even winter weather advisories blanketing from the northern Dakotas, even down through Iowa, portions of Missouri, and even Illinois dealing with all of this. So we're wondering exactly what is next. Well, tonight we'll be okay here as far as the northeast Ohio region is concerned. Tomorrow we'll have a few clouds moving in, a few flakes possible there, nothing too terrible before high pressure moves in, but only for a short period of time. It's going to be a decent start, but on Sunday, that's when things are going to try to change over a little bit. As far as accumulations in our snow models, it's not really forecasting too much more here. I think maybe easily, maybe a tenth, maybe up to a half inch. I think this model is really stretching it to say the least here, but I think we should have a few lake snows come from this model here. Your National Design Mark hour by hour forecast in the interim, short term guys, we're going to be okay. We're going to be cold starting out tomorrow morning, a few slick spots, so please be careful commuting tomorrow. And then once we get through the afternoon hours, temperatures settle down again and we'll get a little bit cold out there before some clouds move on out and we get a little bit more sunshine in the way of our Saturday. Now, let's look at the big scope as far as the nation is concerned here. In the week ahead, your National Design Mark will show this is the weekend system that we're talking about coming out of Canada here. We have a decent trough that is set up that we were talking about earlier this week. That trough is still in place. So once the system goes crisscross right down through the country here, this is likely to bring some heavy rainfall, some freezing rain to parts of the lower Mississippi and also Tennessee River Valley area. Then what happens is it gets caught up in a southerly stream here that forces it to ride right back up the I-95 corridor, bringing with it very heavy rain along the coastline. Riptides are going to certainly be a major concern, but also snowfall. At this point, the GFS and Euro models really want to keep it just to the west of the Appalachian. This is what could bring us some widespread snowfall, at least for the southern half and also the eastern half of the state of Ohio. Too far out to even talk numbers here, but depending on where this southerly stream kind of takes this flow, west or even east, will dictate how much snowfall we're getting. But at this point, it looks like we could get at least some snow from the system once it moves into the Buckeye State on Monday. All right, here's your Union Home Mortgage 7A. So taking in full scale what happens here over the next 10 days here. By the time we get to the weekend, again, we're still watching some clearing on Saturday, Sunday, late snow, possibly some evening clouds moving in. Blustery Monday. We're going to keep an eye on this day before we go back into the 30s and eventually settle back into the 20s. So that up and down flow, guys, of course, keeps going on.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Jason.